You know what? Instead of talking about the turning, I'm just going to turn myself for the next half hour. Because this is more exciting. What's up, guys? Welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of The Turning, the newest film from director Floria Sigismondi. Before we begin, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next, and comment below on any video to watch my channel. So the story of The Turning of the Screw is based off the very famous Henry James novel, which is called The Turning of the Screw, and it's basically about a character named Kate. Kate is played by the very awesome Mackenzie Davis, and she's awarded the opportunity or hired for the ability to go and take care of these two kids who come from a very wealthy family, and unfortunately the parents have died. And she travels. She's very like in awe of what this mansion is. She meets the nanny, who's played by Barbara Mateen, and there she meets a character played by Brooklyn Prince, who plays Flora. And Flora is your typical very precocious girl, like you see in a lot of horror films, but she's very outgoing. She's also like talking to things that aren't there. It's that type of character, but she's a lot of fun. I think Brooklyn Prince is a lot of fun in this movie. And then we get the other character played by Finn Wolfhard, who plays Miles. And Miles is one of those characters that you want to like appreciate what he's trying to do, but he's very off-putting. He's very angsty. And then when you start learning his like dark secrets and stuff like that, he is just goes into uncomfortable levels. And I was completely off-put by what his character was doing. But maybe the turning of the screw is that's the way his character is. I don't know because I haven't read the book. And so we have the story of Kate trying to take care of these characters. And in the process, everything that can happen in a horror movie happens in this movie. We see this stuff in the shadows and the mirrors. We see stuff that goes bump in the night. We see like big scare jumps. Just everything that you can think of. Think of Woman in Black and think of that type of movie, what it's trying to go for. And I can appreciate the idea behind the movie because it's very atmospheric. I love what Sigismondi is trying to do in this movie with the atmosphere and the fog and the very kind of the others. And like I said, Women in Black. But this movie has a problem, and that problem is the ending. And the ending is so bad and so like kind of what the F is going on that you're just completely off put by everything that happened throughout the movie. This movie goes to places and does things which are kind of interesting and kind of cool and kind of weird and kind of, just it leads up to a point where you're like, okay, I see where this is going. But then it just kind of ends and you're like, what did I just watch? Did it really just end like this? And it's really baffling because everybody in the theater did the exact same thing as soon as the movie ended. They're like, that's it? That's all we have? This is what the studio, I think DreamWorks and Universal or Paramount, or whatever it was, put out? It's like a half-done movie. It's like, why? What is the point of this? And it's leading into probably a sequel or something. I don't know. But this movie is pretty awful. And on top of that, from the get-go, when this movie starts, you're like, okay, sure. And then the scare jumps happen, and then the bumps in the nights happen, and then the scene, the ghost or whatever happens, and it just rinses and repeats itself to the point of just exhaustion and boringness. I was like, I can't believe Mackenzie Davis signed up for this because she is better than this. Yeah, she's still showing some crazy emotions, and she is one of the better actresses in this movie. But how these characters play into one another, how Brooklyn Prince and Finn Wolfhard play into her, how this movie eventually concludes upon itself, it just completely implodes upon itself and it explodes and does whatever it can to infuriate the audience. There are people sitting right next to you going during the movie, like, what is even going on in this movie? Is there a plot? Is there a plot in this movie? Because there really isn't. It's just a way for the audience to get jump scares and get character moments and character identities and to kind of go here and here and here. And maybe it's the choices of Floria Sigismondi. I don't know, but she has done stuff like The Handmaid's Tale. She did stuff like Daredevil. She has done stuff like The Runaways, which was a pretty decent movie. But this movie just feels like a complete just drop off of whatever talent she has. I don't know what's going on here. And I completely probably blame the studios for not having any type of control in this film because the fact that this movie just ends the way it does, I don't know. I'm just baffled by it. I'm just really just kind of I'm trying to wrap my head around it, and it doesn't get to the badness of The Grudge, which is the bar that this year has set for just bad movies. But this movie gets close. It gets real close, and it gets to me to a point where just because my blood just starts to boil, where I had to do multiple takes to get my head wrapped around this movie when I'm filming this to do my review. And yeah, this movie is just not good. I'm not recommending it. If you watch it on TV and you go, I enjoyed this movie. If you go into the movie and you enjoy this, please tell me why you enjoyed it, because I don't know what's even going on. If you've read The Turn of the Screw, please tell me in the DM me and tell me if the ending of this movie is very similar to that book. Because if that is true, then I maybe I'm just reading it wrong, or maybe there's something I'm not seeing in this movie. And I know ways it's trying to go with the Mackenzie Davis character and her mom, who's in an insane asylum, and I understand where they're going with that, but it just, why this movie does what it does, why it goes there, why these characters have the motivations they do, why Finn Wolfhard is just a creepy person in this movie and disgusting person in this movie, why Brooklyn Prince, who's actually trying her hardest to be good in this movie, is just given the short shrift. And then you have the nanny that's just completely just trying to be regal, and she's trying to hide secrets, and then when those secrets are revealed, you're just like, I don't care anymore. And then, like I said, the ending just like, I really don't care anymore. So this movie just completely just falls off the radar. It sucks. It's one of the worst of the year, and it's another horror film that they released in January for no reason. So this year's just not starting out very good. It's a shame. You know, The Gentleman's the best film that's released this year so far, and that movie came out last year for most people. So 2020 is not very good so far. So yeah, The Turning, piece of junk. So anyways, that's my take on The Turning, for better or worse. Like I said during my rant, please tell me if The Turning of the Screw, if you do see this movie, please tell me if The Turning of the Screw is very similar to the ending of this movie, because I'd be kind of interested to know. If it's not, then Sigismondi and DreamWorks, they really screwed the pooch on it. So, but anyways, hit the subscribe button, the Joy Movie Emporium, hit that notification button at the top to find out what's coming next, and comment below on any video to watch my channel. Otherwise, hopefully something better comes up in the next video. Peace out. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for checking out Movie Emporium. I really appreciate it. If you want to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification button and the bell at the top. Find out what's coming next for Movie Emporium. Also, check out these two videos. They're amazing. I think they're awesome. I think you'll enjoy them too. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.